What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about why I think US history is a lot harder. AP US history is a lot harder and a lot less enjoyable than AP World History. And we're going to play some Clash Royale Grand Champion. So the reason why I think AP US history, I struggled in AP US history. Didn't get the best grades, or I got a B. And that was kind of like my first B I've ever gotten. And it kind of stinks. It still stinks to this day. But in World, I did so much better. I think it's like one of the highest grades I've ever had in class. And they're both history, so I really didn't think I would enjoy World this much, but, you know. So here's my general breakdown why I think that I enjoyed it a lot better and why I succeeded well. So first of all, I took APUS history in 9th grade, so maybe maturity levels, like I didn't know how to study and stuff. But I don't think that's the case. I think I stayed relatively the same, but I don't know. I can't really judge that. But the biggest problem, first of all, is because I'm down a lot of elixir. The biggest problem in U.S. history is, okay, we have 200 years to learn. Basically 200 years. The bulk of U.S. history is in 200 years in America, which is a small place. 200 years is not a long time, and we have to cover this entire lesson, or this entire thing. We have to stretch it to 1 year, because that's how long the course is. And if we don't, it's not good, right? So,
Yay.
the big problem now is, like, world history is 1,000 years, a lot more content, and overall it's just so much longer. And so the problem with it being super long, like this, I don't have a problem with being short or long. Like we can go, but AP World History is so in depth. You gotta memorize like different books of different authors and like what specific quotes in there. Thing like, I'm not trying to do that. Like it's hard in my opinion. I really think it is hard, but I think it's hard. I really do, and I'm sure a lot of people agree with me, but hold a minute, wait a minute, hold up. Okay, we're chilling. But dude, it's just so much longer. Like, it's just too much. I had to memorize like Thomas Paine, his book Common Sense, and specific quotes in the book. Like honestly, like I feel like I just don't think people can do that. Like I can't remember those specific quotes like all the time. So that's why it was so much harder. The assignments get a lot easier because World you just need to know general gist. Like you just need to know how like China kind of like they're isolated, and you don't need to know like on this day like the dragon warrior came to town. Like in world history you need to know like Lexington to Concord. Like it can in like the grand scheme of things, like a single ride is not changing anything in the grand scheme of things in world history. So that's why that's really good damage. In the grand scheme of things, nothing's changing, so it's a lot less. It matters a lot less, right?
Let's go.
And okay. So that assignments are easier. We have less things to learn. Overall, I think it's just more enjoyable. And also, I told you about how the content is stretched out. It's like unnecessarily stretched out, basically. And yeah, wait 1 sec. Oh yeah, the next point is I want to make is the next point I want to make is World is a lot more interesting. Just straight up. In my opinion, the assignments are a lot easier because you only need to know the general gist, and it's also a lot more interesting is because there's just different cultures. I mean, learning about one thing is pretty it's pretty tiring. Like I'm not trying to just learn about America. Like I gotta learn about Vietnam. I gotta learn about Japan. I gotta learn about samurai culture. I gotta learn about the Ottomans. I gotta learn about the Abbasid, the Umayyad. Like all these awesome cultures that are totally different from American culture, and I just think it's just so much more fun. Like I'm not like I know I'm American, but I don't want to just learn about American culture. I want to learn about other cultures, and It's just 200 years is too little of a time to be stretched out. America has no history. I'm sorry, all right? Like, it's a very new country compared to, like, China, which has over 5,000 years of history. And it's just so boring to me, American history. And so, one, it's boring. Two, it's like, the content is just too much. Like, world history, U.S. world history can be doing one semester. We don't need to learn about all those little, like, minute details, like, in the Constitution and stuff. Like, you don't need to. I promise you. And, like, I understand we need to learn the Constitution. Like, that's APNSL, but we don't need to learn, like, the drafting of it, Alexander Hamilton, and what he wrote, like, all the, like, papers and stuff. It's just kind of annoying. Like, we didn't learn anything about, like, some important documents and what lines, like, what clauses there are in, like, the Russian Empire. It doesn't matter. Like, the Tsar, anything about the Tsar in there. So I just think world history is just way more enjoyable because of, more content, and the content is just better.